Hello, my name is Jen and welcome to the Book Refuge and welcome to another of what has quickly become a monthly or bi-monthly thing, a book haul with me. I actually have a ton of books to go through, guys. I have a huge stack of the books that I just bought. I have the unboxing of a pre-ordered book, and then you can see how high this stack is. And then I have a whole order from Book Outlet where they had a big coupon and I had to do it. So today I decided to try something I've been thinking about doing on my channel for a while because I love when Allie Corver does it over at Allie Loves Books, which I'll link one of hers down below. Is she does these mukbangs, and I decided to do one. I have one of my favorite sushi rolls, some soy sauce, and then this is just raspberry cranberry Minute Maid, so it's nothing fancy. I just put it in a goblet. I decided to make this a mealtime with me, and if you don't like mukbangs, I'm sorry. I'll try not to do a lot. I'll try to cut out the eating noises, but I thought it would be fun, a bit like this, you can see. But I'm going to go ahead and have one of these, and then we'll dive into everything that I got. So good. This is a spicy crunch roll. So it is crab, avocado, jalapeno, and cream cheese, and then it's covered in crunchy and crab on top of it. It is my favorite. Let's go ahead and get started with the books though, because this is going to take a long time. First off, I wanted to unbox this. This was two things that I pre-ordered. So it came from Amazon. I had to go pick it up because every once in a while, my postman will do this thing where he doesn't leave my package, even though they leave all my other packages, guys. I order things once a week, twice a week usually, and they always leave them, and then I'll get this one postal guy who just doesn't want to leave it here. So in this box, I have season 4 of Poldark, which I'm so excited for. I've already seen most of it because it started here in the US, but I always like to order it because it will come out before the season does, and before it's over, so then I can watch it. And I have some friends who love this show, season 4. And of course, I'm obsessed with the books. I believe the last video I posted was my PSA for why you should read Poldark. And also Poldark is in my top favorite TV shows, which I will also link. I did my top 10 shows, but I love them. They're so great. And then the other thing I pre-ordered is Archenemies. Oh, I'm so happy to have this. So, spoiler alert, not for the books, but I actually bought a copy because it came out early at my Barnes & Noble on Saturday. So I actually bought it and I've started it as well as I'm listening to the audio. So I'm actually going to be doing a giveaway for this. If that's something you'd be interested, please hit the like button and do a comment below saying you're interested. Because I'm going to be giving away this copy. And you know what? I was going to do a big thing on Instagram or whatever, but I decided just everyone in this video for the next week who says they're interested in this book, I'll put all your names in a drawing and I'll draw it out and I'll let you know I'll comment back on who wins. So yeah, if you've watched in this far, go ahead and if only one of you says you're interested in the Archenemies giveaway, then I guess only one person will win. So go ahead and do that. When this is posted, I'll go for 3 days. I'll give 3 days and then I'll put the winner. So I'll put more about that down in the description. Another piece here. Okay. Next, we'll go through the stack I have over here. Wow. Let's start with some I bought this beautiful special edition copy of Red Rising by Pierce Brown. I read these books before I started a booktube, but I'm thinking of doing a reread soon. I don't know when, but I want to do one soon. So this special edition it has these beautiful things for all the different houses. And then it actually has illustrations inside, which are just the best. Let's see if we can find another one. Here's one of Mustang. It's so cool. So I just had to get it because I love Pierce Brown's writing, and Dark Age comes out soon. So it's so beautiful. And then the other two I got that are double copies is I'm rounding out my hard copy editions of the Throne of Glass books. So I picked up Throne of Glass in hardcover and Air of Fire in hardcover. Keep an eye out in my unhaul because I will be unhauling these two. So I just need Crown of Midnight and the Assassin's Blade in hardcover. And my Barnes & Noble was out of the hardcovers of those. So I'll go ahead and pick those up when they come in, or otherwise I'll probably end up ordering it eventually. Next, I finally ordered An Unkindness of Magicians by Kat Howard. One of my favorite booktubers of all time, Murphy Napier, she read this book and couldn't say enough good things about it. I know it's a standalone, which also intrigues me because a lot of books I read are part of a series, or they just go on forever and ever. But I know this one is an adult novel, and it's about these magicians that every 20 years a new house tries to take control. And this one girl comes from out of nowhere and kind of gives them all a run for their money. I've heard it's also kind of confusing, but that it's really worth it. And I mean, when Murphy suggests a book that strongly, I usually at least give it a try, because some of my favorite reads this year came from trusting her opinions. So I give a shout out to Murphy whenever I can, because she's amazing and her channel's really blowing up right now, and it totally deserves to. She is just one of the sweetest people I know. So yeah, I just have to toot her horn whenever I can, because I adore Murphy. This is just Hornbacher sushi, by the way. I don't know if you have one of those where you're from, but it's just kind of that like general supermarket kind of vibe, you know. Next, this is a book I have already finished. That is Vengeful by V.E. Schwab. I got this when it came out, and I read Vicious as a buddy read, and then I picked up Vengeful and plowed through that right away too, because I love this series. This, if you hadn't heard about it, is the second in her villain series. Centers around Victor and Eli, two extraordinaries who have special powers and lean towards the villainous side of things. This is not a happy story, but I love it because Victor and Eli are life to me. They're amazing. I moved that back up a little bit because I'm having to crouch into my thing and I want to sit up better. Next, I'm going to kind of go through these ones pretty quick because I don't know a lot about them, and we're already taking a long time for this video, which is par for the course for me, so whatever. Also, I bought The XY by Virginia Bergen. What I know about this is I know it is about a place where males and females are separated, and this girl named River has never seen a male before, and they're just called the XYs. And then she runs across one in the road, and he's not dead. And she can either kill him or be merciful to him. But she's never seen a male before. She's only heard about them. And it sounds like she hasn't heard very good things. So it's tagged as he has never seen a girl and she has never met a boy. And it looks really interesting. So I totally had to pick that up. The cover is super cool too. It's like a girl and a guy like that. It just was really striking. Had to pick it up. Haven't heard anything about it, but it looks amazing and I want to give it a go. Looks like it won an award too. Winner of the James Tiptree Jr. Award. Cool. Next, I picked up Beneath the Citadel by Destiny Soria. Again, don't know anything about it. Bought it for the cover. Sounds like it's a little bit like The City of Ember, where these people are living underground maybe. And it's kind of like an oppressive government type thing. And it's these cool friends, and they want to save their city. All that I know, so I'm going to move on. But look at that gorgeous cover. It is beautiful. Definitely interested in that. This, Black Wings Beating by Alex London. This I know is about a girl named Kylie who wants to become a falconer. And I don't know Okay, so she's supposed to be trained to be a falconer, but she wants to be free of it. But there's a war that comes to her town. And yeah, so I don't know. It's cool. It's about birds. I'm into birds. Seems interesting. Adam Silvera did a blurb that said epic thrills, heart-punching romance, and a marvel of a hero. I'm into all those. I love a good romance. I love a good romance, you know. This, I picked up the third Ray Carson book, Into the Bright Unknown. In this box over here we're about to open, I have the second book because I previously bought the third book off of Book Outlet. So sometime I'll get to this trilogy because I'll have all three of them and it'll be about time. Time to eat a little more sushi here before we open the big box. So that's everything that I kind of purchased individually through the month. And now we're going to get into my mass order over here. People like talk through their food, but I just can't do that. It would end up all over my phone. So now it's time to get into this beast. Book Outlet always just has such great sales. All right, here we go. Right off the bat, I'm super excited for these. These are another recommendation from Murphy. It's called Ruined and Avenged by Amy Tintira. I think these are the first two in a trilogy. It was originally a duology, yes, and then she made it into a trilogy. I loved her series Reboot and Rebel. It was a duology back in the day. I don't know a ton about this, but I think it has to do with a girl who infiltrates a kingdom because of some bad things that they've done. I don't know. That's all that I know. But again, Murphy said they were great and they were on Book Outlet for like $5 a piece. So had to get them. I hope that they're awesome. She said that the romance kind of annoyed her, which Murphy doesn't like romance and I love romance. So whenever Murphy says she liked a book but the romance bothered her because there was too much of it, I'm always like, I'm going to love it because she loved it and there was romance. So that always makes me like really happy. Here it is, like I said. So this is Like a River Glorious, and this is the second book in the To Walk the Earth a Stranger. So I'll have all three of them. And I want to read these sometimes. I didn't say what they're about. They're about this girl named Lee who can like find gold, I believe. Yeah, I believe she can like find gold, and so people try to use her. It's during the gold rush, which I love the historical angle as well as that she has this super cool power. So now that I have all three, I kind of don't have an excuse not to read them. Where these are in. But by Sarah Rosh, I also bought books 2 and 3 in the Snow Like Ashes series. I got Ice Like Fire and Frost Like Night. I don't know like anything about these at all, but again, they were only like $3 each, and so I just decided to finish out this series and buy both of them. Guys, I'm so bad. I also have to scan all of these into my library app, which someday I'd like to do a review of that app because it is how I keep my library organized. I am pushing towards 600 books, and since I've been on BookTube, I need to look back, but I feel like I have doubled my library this year because I've bought so many books just because I've been voracious to buy things, as well as I feel like there's so many stories out there that I still want to read. And I just keep being on BookTube. I just find more and more from all the people I watch. And it's bad, but also really fun. Next, this one looks so fun. It's called Suitors and Sabotage. It's hard to see with my shininess, but it's this gold filigree. And I've walked past this book in Barnes & Noble so many times, and it was on Book Outlet for only like $6. I know this is about a girl who she ends up with a suitor after her season in London. And then, so she goes to visit, or no, he comes to visit her with his brother, and she ends up kind of falling for the brother instead of him. But as well as there's a whole mystery going on. I love Victorian era set things. I love romance. I love mystery. This seemed like a good choice for me. So I'm definitely excited to try that one out. Here is another suggestion by Murphy. This is one of her favorite books, I believe, but from a while ago. It's called The Great Hunt by Wendy Higgins. And I believe this one is about where she has to enter into an arranged marriage to save her kingdom, and it is inspired by a grim fairy tale. I believe this is the one that Murphy likes. Maybe I'm misspeaking, but it looks beautiful. I'm excited about it. Almost here. I picked up The Crown's Game by Evelyn Skye. This one I'd heard a lot about. I know there's a second one out already, but this one is set in like a Russian kind of thing, Russian time, where they're having these like magic people are having to compete for who's going to be the, oops, keep getting my microphone in this because I couldn't tuck it underneath. But you do it to the death, and it's who's going to become like the crown's magician or something. I believe so. This book was pretty popular a few years back, and now it was on here for cheap. Next, I picked up Sabriel by Garth Nix. This one I actually picked up. It's been on my list of books to buy for a long time because it was written in 1995, and it is one of Sarah J. Maas's inspirations for the Throne of Glass series, she said, or a book she really enjoyed as a teenager. And so I just wanted to give it a try. I saw it on there. I don't know anything about it. But other than it's the first installment in the Abhorsen trilogy, and it's a really cool fantasy story. So I don't know a lot about it. I just know it's one of her favorite books, and I was willing to get it for a couple bucks. This book is right along my alley this year. And so these 10 teenagers get put on an island, and one of them is the killer. And it kind of just reminded me of like an Agatha Christie story, like And Then There Were None. And it's actually sold by someone says Agatha Christie meets Gossip Girl. So yeah, it's just called 10. It's by Gretchen McNeil, and I'm totally gonna give it a go. It looks awesome. Last 5 books that I got, and I have been wanting this whole collection for so long now, and so I just looked her up on Book Outlet, and I bought all of them that I didn't have. So this is Alex Flynn, who she wrote Beastly, which I loved. It was made into a horrible movie, but these are all the other books that include Kendra the Witch, and that is Bewitching, Beheld, Towering, Mirrored, and Cloaked. And they all kind of represent a different princess or fairy tale and like a retelling. I love retellings, but yeah, I love Alex Flynn. I read a few of her like older ones, and then I kind of like fell off the train because she's written so many. And so I was really happy to just pick them all up. So there's no way I can hold up this whole stack. How many books did I buy? So I bought 25 books, guys. Who knows when I'll ever get to them, but I'm very excited for quite a few of these. To add so many books to my collection is awesome. But yeah, and again, just wanted to touch one more time. If you are interested in that Archenemies giveaway, please mention the giveaway down below in the comments. Give this video a like, and then all the people that mention it, I'll put you in a hat and I'll draw you out. And if you're the only one who mentions it, you win. It's that simple. I bought the copy early, and so I have a second copy, and instead of returning it, I just thought I would give it away as kind of like, it's not quite the holidays, but we're getting there, and I just like to give books away. So if you don't have a copies of Archenemies yet, feel free to join it. So thank you so much for joining me today. If you like this kind of like mukbang thing, let me know. I know I didn't eat a ton. I wanted to get through all the books, but I'm kind of interested in it, but I want to know if you guys like it, because if my community is weirded out by me eating food, then I won't do it. It's not a big deal to me. But yeah, thank you so much for stopping by the Book Refuge. I put out new videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Thank you for stopping by the Book Refuge, a safe place to talk about books and be nerdy together. Have a wonderful day, friends. Bye.